Have you ever felt confused? Like everything was going great with a woman, and then suddenly, boom, something changed. She seemed distant, cold, or maybe even started a small fight out of nowhere. And you sat there thinking, what did I do wrong? We were fine yesterday. What if I told you she wasn't upset because of what you did? She was reacting to something she felt inside, something she can't even explain, something almost every woman secretly feels. It's called the comfort-chaos cycle. And it's real. At first, being with you feels calm, safe, easy. She loves your hugs, your voice, your warmth. It's peaceful. It's beautiful. But slowly, too much peace starts to feel boring. Too much comfort starts to feel flat. And deep down, without even thinking about it, she starts to miss the fire, the chase. She starts to want to feel something new, something that wakes her up again. So she stirs the water, just a little. Maybe she pulls away. Maybe she starts acting cold. Maybe she says something sharp, just to see how you react. It's not because she wants to hurt you. It's not because she stopped liking you. It's because her emotions are like waves. And when things feel too still, she throws a rock into the water, just to see the splash, just to feel something again. This is not a game she plays on purpose. It's something deep inside her, a desire for motion, a desire to feel. It's the cycle of comfort and chaos. Most men don't see this. They panic. They chase. They try to fix it. They start giving more, talking more, proving more. But that only makes things worse. Why? Because now the mystery is gone. Now she feels even more in control and even less excited. But the wise man, the Stoic man, he doesn't chase the chaos. He doesn't beg for peace. He stays centered, calm, solid, unmoved. He knows her storm is not his storm. And when she sees that he doesn't flinch, when she sees he's still grounded, she feels something powerful. Respect, desire, and peace. This cycle, comfort then chaos, will keep showing up. But if you understand it, if you stay centered through it, you won't just survive it. You'll become the one she feels safest with, the one she can't figure out, the one she never wants to lose. Because while she may dance in chaos, she craves a man who stays calm in the middle of it all. Why she feels closer when you're not always there. Isn't it strange? You reply fast, you show up, you care deeply, but somehow she starts to drift. She smiles less. She seems less excited. And then, when you finally pull away to focus on your life, she suddenly comes back. Why does that happen? Why does less of you make her want more of you? Let's break it down. When you're always around, it can feel too easy for her. She doesn't have to wonder. She doesn't have to think. She doesn't even get the chance to miss you. And guess what? People, yes, even women, don't value what they never fear losing. Think about it. If the sun never set, would you still look forward to the sunrise? If your favorite food was always in front of you, would it still taste special? No. It would feel normal. And normal is the enemy of desire. Here's the truth most men never learn. A woman feels most pulled toward a man when he's not always within reach. Not because he's playing games, but because he's busy living a life he loves. He's chasing his mission. He's building something. He's not sitting by the phone, waiting for her text. And that pulls her in. Not with force, but with mystery, with power, with self-worth. See, women don't just want your time. They want to feel like they earned it. Like they're being let into a world that's already amazing. Not because you need them, but because you chose them. That's the difference. When you're always there, it can feel like she's your whole world. And at first that might feel sweet. But then it starts to feel heavy. Like pressure. Like too much. But when she sees you doing your thing, working out, creating, laughing with friends, focused, calm, clear, she wonders, what's he doing? Who's he becoming? Why do I miss him so much? That's the magic. It's not absence to punish her. It's space to grow yourself. It's not coldness. It's confidence. It's not playing hard to get. It's being hard to forget. And when she feels that, she starts leaning in. She texts first. She asks where you are. She wants to be part of that life you're building. Not because you begged her, but because you didn't. The silent power that makes her respect you deeply. Why do some men say so little? But women can't stop thinking about them. They don't text paragraphs. They don't chase. They don't brag. Yet somehow women lean in when they speak. They listen closer. They respect every word. What's going on here? What do these men have that so many don't? Let's uncover it. It's not how loud you are. It's not how many compliments you give. It's not even how much attention you show. It's your inner stillness, your emotional calm, your peaceful strength. You see, most guys try to prove something. They want to be liked. So they talk too much. They overshare. They get nervous. And women can feel that tension. But the men who don't need to prove, they speak with power. Not because their words are fancy, but because their energy is calm. Here's what makes a man magnetic. He controls his emotions instead of letting emotions control him. If she's upset, he doesn't explode. He breathes. He listens. He stands firm. He stays grounded like a tree, even in a storm. And guess what? That kind of man is rare. Most guys panic when she pulls away. They blow up her phone. They beg. They argue. They react. But the man with inner calm, he steps back. He reflects. He moves with care, not fear. And women feel that, even if they can't explain it. They respect it. It feels safe, but also exciting. Because here's the secret. When a woman knows she can't shake your spirit, she starts to admire your soul. She begins to wonder, why doesn't he argue like the others? Why does he stay so calm when I test him? Why do I feel more drawn to him when he's so still? You become the mountain. She becomes the wind. She moves. You remain. She dances around your silence, waiting for your next step. Not because you played a role, but because you became a man she could trust with her chaos. This isn't cold. This isn't rude. This is stoic attraction. It's when your emotions are your own, and no one, not even the most beautiful woman, gets to own your peace. Why your purpose makes you 10 times more attractive than your looks ever could. Here's a strange truth. You could have the best looks in the room, a strong jaw, stylish clothes, nice hair, and still, she might lose interest in you. Why? Because good looks fade fast. But purpose? That's what keeps her hooked for the long game. Let's dive in. Have you ever seen a man who isn't the best looking guy, but he walks like he's got somewhere to go? He moves with focus. He's calm. He's not even looking at anyone. Yet people turn to look at him. That's purpose. It's the quiet fire inside you. It says, I'm building something. I'm creating something. I don't need attention. I have a mission. And that is what pulls women in like a magnet. You see, when your world is full, when you have passions, goals, and big things to chase, you don't need her to complete you. You want her. Sure, you enjoy her company, of course, but your life is already rich. You already feel full inside. That's when she starts to wonder, why is he so calm? Why isn't he trying to impress me like the others? Why do I want to be around him more, even though he's not chasing me? Here's why. A woman doesn't want to be your whole world. She wants to be invited into a world that's already exciting. And the man who has purpose? He doesn't beg for love. He creates a life that makes her want to stay. When you don't drop everything for her, when you keep showing up for your goals, when you stick to your routine, when you value your mission over comfort, she starts to feel something different. She feels that you are not afraid to lose her. And guess what? That confidence is rare. Because most men, they give up their mission the moment she likes them. They stop going to the gym. They skip their goals and they turn their world upside down just to please her. But the man with purpose, he stays steady. He's kind, he's present, but he doesn't abandon himself. And that makes her respect him, trust him, desire him, even chase him. Purpose is not loud. It doesn't yell, "Look at me." It whispers, "I know who I am." And that whisper, it speaks louder than any words you could ever say. Why giving her everything too soon makes her feel nothing at all? Have you ever given your all to a girl only for her to slowly lose interest? You gave your time, your love, your energy, your heart, but instead of pulling her closer, she drifted away. It hurts, right? But here's the twist. Giving her everything too soon doesn't build love. It kills the mystery. Let me show you why. When you give too fast, too full, too deep, she doesn't get a chance to wonder who you are. She doesn't get to earn your heart. And if she doesn't earn it, she doesn't value it. You become like a toy she didn't ask for. It's there. It's shiny. But it means nothing. Women don't want everything handed to them. Even if they say they do, deep down they want to discover you slowly, piece by piece, layer by layer. That's what keeps their heart curious. Imagine this. You walk into a movie, and in the first 5 minutes they tell you the ending. Would you still want to watch the rest? Probably not. Why? because the mystery is gone. That's how it feels when you show too much too soon. She knows you'll always be there. She knows you'll say yes every time. She knows you'll cancel your plans. She knows your feelings before she's even felt anything herself. There's no thrill, no spark, no chase, just comfort. And too much comfort turns into boredom. Now listen closely. You can be a kind man. You can love deeply. You can care with your full heart. But you must also keep your power. Don't give all of you right away. Let her grow into your love. Let her reach for your time. Let her wonder where your attention is going. This doesn't mean playing games. This means respecting yourself. Let your presence be a gift, not a free sample. When you hold a little back, not to trick her, but to protect your peace, she starts to lean in, because she can feel it now. You're not here to beg. You're not here to impress. You're here to share your life, not surrender it. And that makes her heart beat a little faster. The calm power that silently pulls her in. Why do some men say almost nothing, and yet women can't stop thinking about them? What kind of silent power is that? It's not about looks. It's not about money. It's something deeper, something stronger, something invisible. It's calm, but not just any calm. It's emotional calmness that feels like strength. Let's talk about that. You see, most guys rush to fix things. The moment she gets upset, they panic, they over-explain, they raise their voice, they try too hard to make everything right. And guess what? That rush of emotion, it doesn't make her feel better. It makes her feel like you've lost control. But the man who stays calm, the one who doesn't get shaken, he makes her feel something powerful. Safety. Not just physical safety, but emotional safety. She feels like he's a rock, like the world can spin in circles and he'll still be standing strong. That's the kind of man women dream about. A man who doesn't yell, doesn't beg, doesn't fall apart when things get hard. He listens. He breathes. He stays steady, even when she's loud, even when she's cold, even when she tests him. Because he's mastered one secret: he controls himself before he tries to control anything else. You don't need to shout to lead. You don't need to argue to be heard. Sometimes silence is louder than words. Sometimes stillness is stronger than chasing. And sometimes being calm is the most powerful thing you can do. Because when you're calm, she sees it in your eyes. She hears it in your voice. She feels it in your presence. And without saying a word, you tell her, I'm in control. I'm not forcing you. But I won't lose myself for you either. This is the quiet control she craves. It's not about being a robot. It's about being the man who knows his worth, no matter how wild things get. And that's when the comfort-chaos cycle starts leaning toward comfort, because your calm becomes her home. The mystery that makes her chase without knowing why. Why do some men say so little, yet women dream about them every night? It's not magic. It's not luck. It's something most guys never think about. It's mystery. Let's be real. A lot of men talk too much. They share too fast. They try too hard to explain who they are. They think, if I open up more, she'll like me more. But here's the twist. The more you reveal too early, the less she wonders about you. And when there's no wonder, there's no fire, no curiosity, no craving. Mystery is not about hiding. It's not about playing games. It's about not giving her everything all at once. Think about a movie trailer. It gives you just enough to feel excited, but not enough to know the full story. And that's why you go watch it. You want to see more. Now imagine you are that trailer. When you live with quiet confidence. When you let her ask the questions instead of always giving the answers. When you don't always say what you're thinking. She starts wondering, who is he really? And that question, it burns in her mind, even when you're not around. Women don't get addicted to men who are always available. They get addicted to men who make them feel something different. Men who aren't easy to figure out. Men who don't always text back in 1 minute. Men who keep their calm, but also keep a little mystery in their eyes. You become the puzzle she wants to solve, the story she wants to read again and again, the person she wants to understand, but never fully can. And guess what? That's what keeps her coming back. Because when something feels rare, and when it feels deep, she can't help but chase it. So instead of oversharing, instead of always proving, let her feel that you're different. Let her feel your depth, not because you told her everything, but because you didn't. Why she misses you more when you're calm, not cold. Can a woman miss you? Even when you're not trying to be missed? Yes. But only when your energy stays calm, even when you disappear. Most men think they need to pull away to make a woman want them. So they vanish. They stop talking. They act cold. They think, if I go quiet, she'll chase me. But guess what? That doesn't create attraction. It creates confusion and sometimes anger. Because silence without purpose feels like punishment. And nobody wants to chase a man who feels like a punishment. But here's what actually works. Calm distance. Not silence that feels angry. Not vanishing that feels cold. But calm space that feels warm, even when you're not there. Let's break it down like this. You go live your life. You focus on your work. You take care of your body. You enjoy your peace. You don't force conversations, but you don't ignore her either. You're just steady. No drama, no chasing, no showing off, no proving. You're simply a man at peace with himself. And guess what she feels? She feels your calm, even from far away. She feels your power without you having to speak. She feels your quiet strength, and that draws her in like gravity. Why? Because most men are not calm. They panic when she pulls back. They text too much. They get emotional. They break their frame. But you stay calm like the ocean before a storm. And that calmness, it's like a magnet to her heart. So no, you don't need to be cold. You don't need to be mean. You just need to be centered. Your calmness becomes your control. And that's when she starts thinking about you at night, missing you in the silence, feeling your presence without a single word from you. Because peace is powerful. And calmness? It's the most attractive silence she'll ever hear. The secret drug she can't resist. Your emotional control. What if I told you there's something even stronger than looks, money, or words? something she can feel, but you don't even have to say it. It's this: your emotional control. Let's be honest, most men don't have it. When something doesn't go their way, they explode, they cry, they text too much, they beg, they chase. They think showing more emotion will win her over, but it doesn't. In fact, it does the opposite. Here's why. Women don't want to be your emotional home. They don't want to fix your storms. They don't want to feel like your mother. They want to feel safe in your presence. They want to feel like you've got it. You're okay. You're not falling apart. Even when life gets hard, even when they test you, even when they push your buttons, even when they give you silence. When you can stay calm in chaos, when you don't react like a child, when you feel the storm but don't become it, that's when she looks at you and thinks, wow, he's not like the rest. You don't have to yell. You don't have to chase. You don't have to explain. You just have to be still, strong, clear, and that drives her crazy in the best way. The quiet power of knowing when to step back without saying a word. What if the most powerful move isn't what you say or do, but what you don't do? The silent moments can speak louder than 1,000 words. Listen closely. Many guys think they have to always act, text her, call her, prove themselves. But real power is knowing when to just step back, not to play games, not to trick her, but because you're busy living your own amazing life. When you don't rush to fill every quiet moment, something strange happens. She starts to wonder, why isn't he around all the time? What's he doing that's so important? Why don't I have all his attention? That mystery, it pulls her in. It makes her want to reach out. It makes her crave your presence because you're not always there. You're not needy. You're not desperate. You're simply a man who has his own world to conquer. This quiet power says more than words ever could. It says, I'm not chasing approval. I'm living my purpose. I respect myself enough to have space. And guess what? When you respect yourself like that, she can't help but respect you too. You see, attraction isn't about chasing or proving. It's about being real, being calm, being complete, being yourself without needing to force it. So here's the secret. Master your moments of silence. Master your absence. Master your own life. And you'll watch her pull closer, naturally, and without any pressure. Are you ready to break free from the chaos and live in calm power? Then remember, this cycle isn't about control. It's about balance. Your journey to true freedom and attraction starts with this.